Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I am going to show you how to make a drawing from a design, and specifically we are going to use the grocery bag holders that we are making in my class. I'm just going to make a quick one. If you are not using a grocery bag holder, it still works. So we're just going to get that started here. So all I'm going to do, create a sketch, and if you are one of my students, you guys had to make a grocery bag holder, to help make it easier for me to bring in groceries. If you're not one of my students, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. You don't have to know what I'm talking about. It's a secret. You're not invited. But I'm just going to make a quick little something here. So I just drew a design there. I'm going to select these pieces, mirror it over this mirror line, and look at that. Now let's cut out a handle for my hand, and we'll finish that sketch, and then perfect. Let's extrude that. 0.25. Excellent. Now this is not what you should look like. This was thrown together very quickly, and this could probably be classified as a weapon in these 15 states. But just for purposes of what we're doing here, I'm going to save this, CTO, space hyphen space, grocery handle, and then make sure you save it in the right folder. I'm going to save this in any files. So whatever piece you have, this is for my students specifically, but if you're not doing the grocery handle, if you're not one of my students, all you need to do is just have a, oh shoot, oh my gosh, there we go. That probably makes a lot more sense now that I'm not just looking off on the camera. Well, hey, doesn't matter, I guess. I just made this quick little handle. Bada bing, bada boom. You don't need to do anything special for a drawing from a design. You just need to open up the file. So I just made this. You can use the grocery handle if you're in my class, like I was saying, or you can just do whatever if you don't, whatever. I'm going to move my camera real quick, and I'm going to have to move it back. But if we look right here on Fusion, there's a thing that says design. So if you click that, there's a bunch of different options. Now, if you do not have a great computer, don't do anything other than design or drawing. Everything else should break your computer. At least a school-issued computer. If you have a school-issued little, loaner computer, it's gonna crash your computer. I wouldn't do it. So we're gonna do drawing from design. So this is a design. We want to make a drawing from design. It's going to give me a bunch of different options. Make sure your orientation is horizontal. That's how we do it. It should, everything else should be fine, but sometimes for some reason it does portrait. That's what mine was when I first started. And then we're going to click OK. And then it's going to blink into a liminal space. And then pull up my drawing. So bottom left is where your front orientation is. So I'm going to click this. Technically, this is my front based on how I made it. The front is really the largest and or the most unique side, so I'm just going to go and see top. There we go. So it's technically the top, but we're going to make it our front. And then I have a lot of space here to monopolize on, so I'm going to make it a 1 out of 1. If you're doing something that's larger than the sheet of paper, you're going to have to reduce your ratio on the scale, but I want to fill up my space. Actually, let's do a 1 to 1.5, 1.25. Sure, that looks better because we're going to have dimensions on here. Make sure it is visible and hidden edges. Visible edges won't show you the hidden edges, and we don't really need to bother with the shading. That just takes up time and space. So we'll click OK, and it loads in. Then we have projected view. Click projected view, and then nothing happens. So then I clicked the parent view, whatever the main one is, and I click it, move to the right. It's gonna think, there we go. That's my right side. And then I'm gonna move it up top. That's my top view. And then if I put it in the corner, my isometric, that's done. Click enter. Ta-da! There's my file. Now, personally, for my class, we will never do hidden lines on our isometric because we don't draw them that way. So I'm going to double click it, and it says from parents. It's going to copy whatever the parent's doing. So I'm just going to click visible edges, and then it will fix itself. So right there. Now we have to dimension our piece. Now we can use the dimension button, or we can use the auto dimension button. So dimension, you have to go in there and do it manually. You select the piece. There we go, select the edge. There it is. We pull that up. And that's fine, but auto dimension is really nice. So you click it, it thinks for a second, and then it has a bunch of different options. Are they symmetric? Are they ordinate? Are they baseline? Really, the main thing is we want the density to be spread out. I don't like, there we go, that's better. Less dense, don't want it too clustered. The shape that I chose here is unfortunate because there's really not much data that can transfer easily between all the pieces, but you relatively want an even spread of data between the front drawing, the top drawing, and the right side drawing. So we have that right there. Click Save. It should remember what our file is named, our initials, space hyphen space, rotary handle drawing, and then you save your file to wherever it goes. So that's it for saving it. Now, for my students, what we do, and I'm going to have to move my camera. Well, no, we're going to keep that centered. And then this, we're going to move to the other side. This part right here has export. This exports it not as a thing that I can edit, but I can just see it. It's easier for me to view. Saves me time and all that good stuff for grading. So I click Export PDF, all sheets, yes, line weights, perfect. And then CTO, rotary handle drawing, PDF files, and then you save it to where it goes. So one is you save the file to be edited, and then this way, the PDF, you can't edit the file once you do it, but it looks nice, and it is easy. I can pull it up on any device. It doesn't stress out the computer because it's trying to like have me edit things. It just pulls up a PDF that I can view. It's pretty nice. So that is it for how to make a drawing from design. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.